Good evening, and thank you for having me. I want to start somewhere very specific, not with an idea, not with a statistic, but with a moment I still remember in my body. It didn't happen on a stage. It didn't happen online. It happened in a room where I thought I was safe, the kind of room where you assume without thinking. Jawed that if something goes wrong, someone will step in. Look, I remember the tone first, not loud, not aggressive, casual.
The words were framed like a joke, sharp enough to land, soft enough to be dismissed.
And the room reacted exactly how rooms like that always do. A few nervous smiles, eyes dropping to the floor, someone suddenly very interested in their phone. No one laughed, but no one stopped it either. I remember looking around, not dramatically, not pleading, just instinctively. I wasn't looking for a hero. I wasn't expecting applause. I was looking for confirmation. Confirmation that I wasn't imagining it. Confirmation that this crossed a line. Confirmation that I mattered enough for someone to interrupt the moment. No one did. And that's when something quiet happened inside me. I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel brave. I didn't even feel hurt yet. I felt small. I felt like I had misjudged my place in that room because when harm happens and no one reacts, your brain doesn't immediately say, that was wrong. And it says, that must have been acceptable. And then almost automatically it takes the next step. Maybe the problem is me. I replayed that moment for days, not the words, the silence. I replayed who was there, who looked away, who shifted in their seat, who chose stillness over interruption, and slowly, without realizing it, I adjusted myself.
Spoke less. I chose my words more carefully. I made myself easier to ignore.
Not because anyone told me to, because silence taught me how. That moment didn't break me. It stayed with me. For a long time, I thought the lesson of that day was about resilience. The real lesson was this: what hurt most wasn't what was said, it was realizing how many people saw it and decided it wasn't worth interrupting. And once you experience that kind of silence, you start to notice it everywhere. You see it in classrooms, in workplaces, in families, online, in rooms full of well-meaning people who don't agree with the harm, but don't stop it either. That's when I began asking a different question. Not why do people hurt others? That answer is obvious. I started asking, why do so many people stay quiet when they see it happening? Because silence is rarely empty. Silence communicates. Silence decides what is allowed. When no one interrupts harm, a message is sent, whether we intend it or not. To the person being hurt, the message is, you're on your own. To the person causing harm, the message is, you can keep going. That's when I realized something uncomfortable. Most of us don't cause harm, but many unknowingly maintain it. Not through cruelty, but through fear. Fear of being wrong. Fear of being next. Fear of standing out. Fear of discomfort. And we call that fear neutrality. We call it minding our business. We call it staying professional. We call it peace. But it isn't peace. It's quiet consent. Silence doesn't remove harm. It removes witnesses. Silence doesn't feel neutral to the person standing alone in it. Silence feels like agreement, abandonment, like confirmation that their pain is inconvenient. And that realization changed the way I think about courage. Because courage is not confrontation. Courage is interruption. Because courage is not confrontation. Courage is interruption. Interruption doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be fearless. Sometimes courage is one sentence. That's not okay. I saw that. Are you all right? I'm with you. Next time you witness harm, before you decide to stay out of it, pause and ask yourself this one question. If this were happening to me, what would I hope someone else would do? Because silence always answers that question. And today, you get to choose a different answer. Thank you.